Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Labert, and you have now entered into Hangout. Peace, topic, subject matter, video is on YouTube. YouTube tries to crack down on conspiracy videos. I believe it read like that, Psudo-ism or something. All right, yeah, okay. YouTube tries to crack down on conspiracy videos, Psudo-ism. That's it. If y'all don't know, there's an article out on Yahoo, and it states New York AP YouTube says cracking down on conspiracy videos, though it scant on the details. Conspiracy videos abound on YouTube, whether it's about the earth being flat, a school shooting being staged. YouTube is parent Google, Facebook, and Twitter are all facing challenges with this information and stuff. YouTube CEO is basically holding a conference when it has the opportunity to. This is an old article, so I'm not trying to give you the day it said or whatever. The company will start including links to online other websites and stuff like Wikipedia and stuff to deal with information. This is also a way to connect with other sites and to control information, because Wikipedia itself is controlled by people. You could go on there and change it. You just have to be a part of the community, this and that, which is still a part of people controlling narratives and controlling information and controlling facts and non-facts and things of that nature. But Wikipedia is a source of the future, where they'll start taking encyclopedias and stuff out of circulation, pretty much because they won't be making any more. And as houses burn and information become unavailable, then Wikipedia will be one of the main sources that people go to get their historical facts and stuff. They'll go there and it'll say Malcolm X, and it'll give you the information that they put on there about Malcolm X, which is changeable. It can be changed. Facts can be changed. They can be arguing and stuff. But Wikipedia also tries to do its best to outsource its information to articles and things that they are referencing on Wikipedia. So this is easily seen now that if you're dealing with pseudo-ism and science and technology and different people are not bagging up what you're saying, then it's going to be a problem. So this the same thing with religious dogma and different things of that nature. That if people are not out here writing books and vetting their sources and doing things of that nature, and Wikipedia not picking up those books or things, we're going to be in trouble, because the major companies that control the narrative is going to control the narrative. And they're not going to let people get on YouTube. They're not going to let people get on Wikipedia or other spots in which narratives are pushed and controlled and do their thing. This is why the censor thing happened with YouTube, where it starts censoring people, because this stuff is affecting the bottom line, the dollar and stuff. Y'all heard me and Dollar and the brother Richard deal with false news and stuff. Well, when you're not reading a credible news source or article, journalist, reporter, then you get into pseudo-ism in a sense. Say like, I'm gonna give you an example where y'all can say, okay, Carl, they're gonna come at you too, because you deal with the black man as Israel or whatever. Or you believe that people that was in the Atlantic trade slavery was Israel or whatever. So now the question is, how you gonna back that up? What evidence you gonna bring? Who else than wrote and spoke on these things? And if you do present it, you have to present it with evidence. You have to present the documentations and stuff in which you arrive to your conclusion from and everything. So this is where pseudo-ism comes in. This is what the so-called conscious community was supposed to be shaping and molding and getting people ready to do. And also debating and dealing with each other, dealing with some of these issues, facts, and having our own database of this is in this book and this is says this in that book and this documentation is this, and then we would have been able to have our own type of database within the network, within the community and stuff that housed our knowledge and information on different sources and things of that nature. But that ain't what people use the community for. But we see that there are people out there and communities out there that are doing it. And so now once their databases and their community control the narrative, and they have all the resources and the money from doing so, and you come to the ball game late, you might not get to play. You know what I'm saying? You can suit up, you know, last quarter, last inning or whatever, and hopefully you can get off the bench and get out there and get a rebound before the game over, maybe get a shot off before the game over. But if you ain't been there all the time and the coach ain't putting you in the game, you ain't in the game. And we have so-called coaches out here and people out here that's over certain black sectors, people, things, and they not putting people in the game. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with this brother a while back by the name of Merciel, and he had consciouscommunity.com, consciousness with a K. And he was trying to get people to come over there and try to start this type of networking and dealing with each other and stuff. He also had a Wikipedia type site in which it was for quote unquote African American, black, Negro, color, jigaboo or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And no, didn't support him. Though he had commercials and stuff on a lot of people platforms at the time, he was using the term conscious community, and conscious community was basically being treated like garbage due to the fact that people had messed the name up. And so when people seen the name, they didn't know his affiliations with, you know, the scavengers, you know, those that play in trash. See what I'm saying? So nobody really dealt with that. He also made Sutek, who spent a lot of time on Sign of the TV because he was over there and stuff. He made Sutek the president, and Sutek never represented or never, you know, put in the work for that organization, that program, that you know, that movement that he was trying to create over there. As most people know, I joined the movement. I was supposed to be the ambassador of Chicago and put in work in Chicago, and you know, I most definitely talked to a bunch of people and tried to help and get things popping, but you know, without community support, you have nothing. So as you see, people, we have to start creating these institutions and these things to help us for the next generation and everything. And we got to cut out the pseudo-ism. You know what I'm saying? You got people most definitely in the black community pushing pseudo-ism for flat power and flat this and all of those conspiracy theories. Y'all know Brother Sanchez. I done split his wig in the sense of the word, beat up that doctrine. And it didn't take long and I didn't do much, just dealing with the biblical source in which he said even it confirms a flat earth. Then you got all your, you know what I'm saying, out of Africa theories and Afrocentric system and all of that stuff. And it's just, if people not paying attention, the black community gonna get rocked, because a lot of the things that people are trying to say going against white supremacy, a white, you know, institutions is just going, that's it. That's why when I said black liberation theology systems are the Kemetic, the Moors, the Nubians, all of this stuff, all of these people are saying they're black and they're dealing with theology and they're trying to liberate their people from white oppressive theology that, you know, takes the black man history, or the African American, the color, the coon, the nigga, whatever history, and distort it before we came over on slave ships. Now, you even find Negroes that, though you say this, you know what I'm saying, or you make statements like the black man is Israel, that don't mean every black man is Israel. We understand that even one could be fathered by a white man, and so therefore that seed produced that child, though he dark-skinned, or what you would say black-skinned in the sense of the word of saying they black, dark-skinned, got more melanin because of the mother melanation. You know what I'm saying? That's not really AKA a black man seed. See, we don't say a black man seed. It's not a Negro seed. It's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not the situation. It was the slave master, the owners, or, you know, the Caucasian European that got an opportunity to rape the black woman and put his seed in the black woman. So just because your skin tone is one thing don't mean that you of that people and stuff. That's why really dealing with racism is not my thing. Dealing with nationality is my thing. You know what I'm saying? And nationality is a wide open lane in conversation, because you could be of a nation, you know what I'm saying, easily by being a part of the nation. You can sojourn in any nation you want to. If they give you national status or not, they nationalize you into the nation, you can have a father and a mother, and the father take you back to his people or his nation, which make you most definitely of your father nationality, because you go back to his nation, his people and stuff. Or your father could be a deadbeat, leave your mother, as some Israelites did, because God even told them leave them women alone. And you could go to your mother's father's house, which would be another nation different than your father, though you of your father's seed and you should be in his nation. That don't mean that you will be nationalized or even accepted into Wakanda as, Killmonger had to deal with that to give y'all something to relate to, since everybody's on, the Black Panther chop. Since y'all on this jock, I thought I, jocking for a sec myself, I guess. So, Killmonger, though he was his father's seed, they didn't want to recognize him as a Wakandan because he didn't grow up there. His mindset wasn't that of the culture and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that we have to deal with. And when putting out information and doing these things, if you don't go super scholarly, you got to put some scholarship to it. You know what I'm saying? For the next generation, for the people, you got to leave, as you see Dollar and different people, breadcrumbs. You got to give them that. That's why when people say we the Black Jews is pseudo, and Dr. Ben was dealing with pseudo-ism when he gave us that information, then you hurt us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? When you have people out here taking the identity of Israel and pushing it in a negative fashion and not really trying to teach the oracles of the God of Israel or the doctrine of the God of Israel, whose name is Israel. That's where you get Israel doctrine from. It's our God's doctrine and teaching, because his name is Israel, doctrine named after him. You hurt us as a people. But if you believe in oral tradition or not, and things being left out of miscommunicated in the oral tradition, it's the same thing. If you get on these YouTubes and stuff and you just want to be oral, meaning you just want to talk about things, but you don't want to show documentation or create a documentation of the presentation and different stuff, then that's a problem. Because unbeknown to a lot of people, when you do these shows, it's easy for them. It's easy for them to get the transcript of the show. They got people that can do it, which are stenographers, or they just got a computer that'll do it. The same way I can turn this on, push a certain button, a mic will pop up and tell me, it'll go bing and speak. And as I'm speaking, it's recording everything that I'm saying and writing it down on a Word document or whatever I got open. So they're making documentations of you, your conversation, the things you putting out here, whether if it's pseudo, whether if it's correct or whatever. They're storing information, whether if it's good, bad, ugly, or whatever. So if they got the audio file, they can always go back and get a transcript to it. So when you saying certain things and doing certain things, or you threatening people, or you doing this and you doing stuff on YouTube in the public, putting this audio out there, they're collecting that data on you. And just like the Lord God of Israel, as I've been saying to people, in the end of the days, when he get ready to judge people, he gonna open the book. These people gonna open them files on you, because they got your conversation. When you take your conversation and put it on the internet, and most definitely YouTube, could be used in various different ways. It could be commercials for the live event that you're gonna have, and you just come on here and you put up commercials and then have physical events. Therefore, they don't know what you're talking about. They just know that you promoted that you're gonna be over there talking. Now, if you get footage and put it up from the event, then that's another thing. If you live stream it, that's another thing. But if you don't live stream it on this platform won't record the data and put it in their hard drive, in their database. They would have to go to another source and cipher that information and bring it to their platform, or bring it into But if you live streaming and ain't nobody recording it or doing stuff, once you take it down, that information is gone to a degree. Because wherever you live stream, they got it on their databases. So the main thing is putting information on the on the information highway, known as the internet, is just like, as I say, in the biblical aspect, the books will be open. The data will be open. They know who you are. They know what you talk about. They know what you advocate. They know what you don't advocate. They can psychoanalyze you. They're experimenting with you on the highest level when you get out here and you talk and you put your thought patterns and profile on the internet. I think a lot of people don't understand that. And once again, the things you advocate and promote and talk about, if you don't have sources for that information, you're putting yourself in danger to a degree. See, we watch this stuff and look at this stuff, and we forget that there are different type of media forms and platforms. News people report what? The news. Notice what I said. They report the news. They tell people about what happened at a certain time with a particular situation, reporting the acts and the things that took place. Some people on here want to be reporters at times, and other times they want to be conspiracy theories and this and that and the other. So if you want to be a reporter, it's a little bit more less dangerous to get yourself in trouble with YouTube or the world or whatever, because let me show you my reporting, right? With the Hassan Camel thing. Now, there's some videos out there which is clowning, and, you know, like we was clowning them, you know, the feet detective the other day, peeping over him with a, you know. But anyway, you say, well, I read this article or I watched this video, and you report what it is you heard and seen, and you give clips of what you heard and seen. Not the slander, not the be derogatory or this and that, but just report what it is you heard and seen and file it away. Because once again, you got to create them archives and them places that when people come in the future and they want to know who Hassan Camel is, or they want to do some historical stuff, you have created that data because you published that video or that information on a blog site, or whatever. You reported what you seen and heard, making a historical moment fact and locking it in the records. That's what you do when you reporting things and telling people what happened at what date, what time, what you seen, how you perceived it, or this, that, and other. Simple as that. A channel like that, not really in danger. Okay, say you have a channel that deal with religious stuff and everything, like this channel do at times. You know, my channel deal with multiple things. So now, if you're talking about the Bible, as a lot of people are critical of Sunday preachers and say they talk from their heart and their mind and stuff, and they never reading the book and giving you references, and they not talking from the scriptures, then that's dangerous, because now your information and things that you say could be questionable. You know what I'm saying? It could be questionable because you can make statements that this is this, or the Bible say this, and those things may not be in the Bible. So you got to use some form of hermeneutics, some exegesis and eisegesis, and all of these different terms. What up? What up? All these different terms, because these are what biblical so-called scholars and stuff is doing. That's why I say you got to have some kind of scholarly mechanism in what you're doing. You got to use references. You got to do these things. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when people listening to the show or going to read the transcript or whatever, and they're trying to look at what you're dispensing, they can deal with it a little bit. And once again, you will be reporting that in 1970 so and so scholar so and so said this, or this person said this, and you can leave the people with a choice to make their conclusion of what it is that was being taught, said, or stated at that time, this time, and what all this information has allowed you to conclude. But you can't just be creating stuff yourself and saying these things, because they're saying there's a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of people and things that didn't happen in this world that you can pull from, that you can reference and everything. And if you have did some scientific research from some observation of this and that and everything that's new, that one hasn't, which ain't nothing new under the sun, then, or have a new revelation, then you can still say, based up off of this and what I studied, not just I pulled a revelation out the air. You know what I'm saying? Come on, people. But these are the downfalls and stuff of the black community. You know what I'm saying? The African American, the Negro, the color, whatever you want to call yourself, Israel, Nuwabi, and Moor, or whatever you want to call yourself. This is the problem with our community, that we're not building organizations, databases, and things of this nature, and really dealing with information when we're in an information age. That's why when people say he got a library and stuff, I mean, my stuff ain't the best because I'm not tagging and bagging my stuff and putting it like that, but I do my best to try to keep the information, report on stuff, and deal with things as it's going on. So the things that people will archive or deal with on my channel will have timestamps, and you could go back and say, well, what was happening in 2015? What was the climate? What was going on? Who was the people that was being talked about and dealt with at that time? And then you can say, well, this guy on his channel, he was talking about this person and this subject matter that they was dealing with, and this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and voila. 2016, what was going on? This. We have to learn that this is how we have to start using our channels, throwing information, data, and doing stuff, and creating a landscape for the next generation. Breadcrumbs for the next generation. Because you'll find somebody that's rewriting the books, and you'll be one that migrated to America, not brought over here on slave ships. That'll be the school text, and your children will be like, okay, that's what y'all say, because you never took the time to inform them or put information down and let them know that history says, and these historians said, and my grandmother, my grandfather, and the oral traditions of our family or our community is this, is what happened to us as a people. So if you know somebody 100 years old and they still got their right mind and they talking, you might want to go record that story. You might want to go get that information. You might want to go get your mother's, grandmother's, or great aunt, or whoever, or great uncle, or this and that. You might want to go and ask them about growing up and the games that they play and things of that nature. Yeah, I mean, I don't have no, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a great degree myself. And some of them are true, some of them not true. But once again, it's how you disseminate the information and how you came up with your theory. You know what I'm saying? How did you come up with your theory is how people want to know. Those are scientific like terms. So I don't got no problem with that. You're gonna have to deal with the powers that be that run YouTube and Google and all these social sites and stuff, and you put information out there and they come snatching your channel down and your information down and come trying to lock you up and stuff because you call yourself saying, well, I'm gonna put a conspiracy theory out there. I'm not just gonna report what's going on right now. But I have a theory that there's a conspiracy going on. You see what I'm saying? That's an old saying. And in the kernel world and in the kernel mind, or, you know, in the criminal world or the criminal mind, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You can rob people all day. Certain phone companies, certain electric companies, certain organizations rob people all day. They get away with white collar crime all day. You better not go get no gun, right, walk up in the street or go up in the store and rob them. See, both of them is a robbery, but it's how you did it and what they gonna accept. They not gonna accept you walking in the store with a gun and doing things like that and shooting at people and stuff to rob them. But you even have people in the black community over this internet and stuff robbing people by scamming them out of their money. Now the gas company and stuff don't scam you out of their money. They just got you in a place where you can't get gas unless you come to them, and then they get you to sign a contract. And then if you late, they give you late fees and stuff. And if you do certain things and you still don't cooperate with them, they can spend your money or spend your stuff out of control. Because then they can have additional fees that you don't see and this and that. And, you know, banks, you go to the bank, you put your money in the bank. You use your debit card, do this and that. You go over, they give you a little leeway with credit, saying if you go over, they still gonna take care of you, but then they're gonna charge you $30 once you overdraft, blah blah blah. So now you got to pay that and this and that. So usury and interest and things of that nature, we being robbed every day too, of an extra dollar, extra penny or whatever, and it all add up. If I rob 100 people of a penny, I'm good. Every day, 100 pennies. You tell me you don't want 100 pennies every day. You bring me 100 pennies every day, I'm gonna put it in my account, and every day I'm getting 100 pennies from them. But then I'm getting 10 cents every day from this 100 over here. Then I'm getting 25 from that 100. You know, all that little change start adding up. Pennies make dollars. As simple as that. The more pennies you got, the more dollars you eventually have. So it's all good. It's business. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing I tell you. What's up with the churches? The Bible has the best economic system of all times. Because people bringing 10% in every weekend, every Sunday or Saturday. You find people in the conscious community trying to figure out how to give you every week ultimatum to bring in 10% of your money to them. You don't think they will want 10% of your money every week? You make $1 million, you give them 10% of that. You make 50,000, you give them 10% of that. What churches is getting that. They're soaking up all the economic dollars of the community and all of those that go to church. So you see what I'm saying? When you talk about community wealth and economics and all of that, but most people don't understand that because, once again, they haven't dealt with the churchonomics. It should be dealt with from the biblical perspective. They don't know that that's where we're supposed to go get our welfare from, the storehouse of the Lord. But it ain't the Lord's storehouse. It's the preacher man pimp house. So, you know, come on now. It's a lot of stuff that's going on that need to be dealt with, talked about and stuff. And being uncertain about things is something that we shouldn't be. We should be certain about what we're talking about, being able to put some tangible evidence and stuff on the table to show people what it is. Now, if people choose to shut their ears and their eyes to the truth or the facts that's laid down and stuff, and they're not able to discern and come to a conclusion and stuff, what can we do? All we can do is report, give the news, demand certain things, ask certain questions, and, you know. But that's it, people. Google has slashed the dollars. Google, YouTube is throwing people off of YouTube. A lot of battle rap channels have been tossed off. A lot of bloggers and stuff. A lot of people from the conscious community is having problems with their channels and stuff. I haven't even checked. People told me that a lot of Tommy Sotomayor channels went down because it's some people on here manipulating YouTube by whatever means, and they getting a lot of money and a lot of views, clicks, and hits and stuff about, you know, from off YouTube and stuff. And so YouTube is trying to fix the gaping holes that they got in their system because people with bogus channels and bogus things are getting, you know, they're getting a living. They making a living off of this stuff. So yeah, so as I say, in the way people be always trying to clown me about using YouTube in this form and everything, which I'm gonna start using Blog Talk again too. I'm gonna actually open up my Blog Talk channel again, and even my YouTube channel, the huddle that goes with the Blog Talk. Matter of fact, I need to go check my YouTube channel out because I don't use it. I've been forgot the password or whatever, the information how to get on there. But I gotta make it more available. I gotta start putting up old Blog Talk shows and clips and stuff over there. So when I do the live shows and start integrating the old with the new, people can see the history and the current information going on over there. But $40 to be on Blog Talk, the minimum. And using Blog Talk, paying money is what a lot of people in the beginning was doing. People was paying money to be able to bring you information, bring you shows, bring you individuals and stuff like that. A lot of people made a name for themselves on Blog Talk and stuff. Then they came to YouTube, a free platform in which you didn't have to pay and you can make money. Hey, it was an open lane, an open market. A lot of people got in it before other people. They got paid, they did this, they didn't stack their bread, and they didn't organize what they was doing in a proper manner. So now when YouTube is doing these type of things and stuff and censoring and cleaning up stuff, you know, they don't know how to manage it. But for me to be on a free platform and still do what I need to do, and even on Blog Talk, I average about from 300 to 500. So I'm not mad at the fact that I'm still reaching 300 to 500 people, because most of what I'm gonna deal with, talk about, and my personality ain't for the whole world. It's for a niche market. You see what I'm saying? And the information's so good that if I wanted to sell it at a high price, you know, I could, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you can't donate on Blog Talk, but that's why you got the PayPal me at Israel Doctrine. You know, it ain't about no super chat, which I turned that off over there on Israel Doctrine Reloaded, because then Google them get 70%, you know, 70% pretty much of your money, and give you the tidbits of it, you know, the kibbles and bits of it. So I cut it off. But see, even with that, the people that has the super chat and YouTube making money off of them, you in a whole nother program with them, because they're making money off of you and making money off of your channel and stuff. I never got into the YouTube red and all of that and stuff, but if you're a business person and you're doing YouTube right and you handling your business right, I guess it could be lucrative. But if you just on here to dispense information, report on stuff, and do different things and keep people up to par and everything, kind of like underground railroad or underground music, or, you know, hip hop, this and that, that you want to bring something to the people that is not, it's never for the masses. It's for those people that has an ear to hear and a heart to perceive what it is that you're producing and what you put out. And sometimes that might pop and become popular, but for the most part, it's only for the chosen few. It's not for the whole world. Though the whole world can chime in, tune in, and be a part of it, you have to choose to do those things because it's a niche market. It's something that really is not for everybody. It's for a certain type of people that vibe and on the same frequency as you. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that's the conversation today, people. Just, you know, I know it's different YouTubers out there and stuff, and they don't never see what's coming. You know, a lot of our people, they can't anticipate what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But that's what a watchman do. That's what even the spiritual people of the community or this and that, they were supposed to sit back, do their yoga, harmonize, or do whatever, scratch their booties or whatever they do, and deal with the politics and deal with the things that's coming in the future, the things that you have to look out for, the dangers that may come up on you as a people. They had to guard the back way and had to have a secret way just in case something went down, how to get out of trouble. If the enemy's coming from that way, then this is our exit plan and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? These are called strategies of war. We're in spiritual warfare and physical warfare. Yes, we still being shot down in the streets, in our backyards, this, that, and the other. People crying about gun control, this, that, and everything else. You just had Killer Mike on some big program talking about gun control and stuff. He in Atlanta. In the South, you know, gun control conversation is one thing because, you know, people down here go hunting and do different things. Now, automatic weapons, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Up north, different cities and stuff, gun control is a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother monster. But you know what I'm saying? These are conversations and stuff that if you are going to have them, it's best that you do it in a proper manner. Bring out the Constitution. Be in a part of a political system where you deal with the NRA and stuff and different things like that. And, you know, talking about a gun club now can get you locked up as a black identity extremist and different stuff. And hey, you have to be careful with what you're talking about and what you're doing. You have to be covert to a degree in what you're saying, or you have to talk about a historical time frame and what was going on and what was did, and just plant the seed that people should do it and not tell them they should do it, but lead them to the water. And if they want to drink, drink. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, even what's going on with the conspiracy theories and this and that, the acts that they're committing and want to deal with and stuff, you have to understand that this is a form of warfare, YouTube warfare. These YouTube streets then got hot. And these people are not finna let you get on YouTube and do some old crazy stuff, which will hurt their bottom line and their dollar, and they mess around and get sued and stuff because your video go viral or do something and change the climate in a political atmosphere, and now they can't control it. But they allowed you to put it up on their network and this and that, and on their systems, and upload it and put a virus in the community. You know what I'm saying? In the hearts and the minds of the people. You got to know that there's a war of censorship coming and things of that nature. So I wouldn't want to see none of my brothers and sisters get on here, be a fool, talk crazy, and line themselves up as black identity extremists or sexual identity extremists or whatever type of religious extremists and different stuff. For years, I've been trying to tell Hebrew Israelites they need to calm down. They're this, that, and the other. And I've been trying to tell them lately that, you know, as I know, if you got the word of God, just teach the word of God. You know, this environment that people have created out here with all this, we supposed to be warring and debating. I use the term debate. I'd rather have a biblical discourse where we sit down and talk about a subject and you add on to the subject. You know, I love that nigga Raekwon when he be like, so add on. You know, whatever 5% or whatever he deal with, or whatever street slang or terminology or whatever, where he be like, now add on. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, adding on. Shit, if we building, add another brick to this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Add another brick to this motherfucker. How you think we gonna get a high-ass wall, or how you think we gonna get a house if you don't brick this motherfucker up right and build it right? And far as Israel concerned, we supposed to be building the temple of God, which we is the temple of God, and every one of us is a brick within the structure. And so we got to add on right. You know what I'm saying? Once again, talking about the Nation of Islam the other day, they move as a nation. They got a national figurehead, this, that, and everything. Israel as a people don't move as a nation. And then they don't have a true national identity because they don't know what the fuck they want to call themselves. It's just, you know, it is what it is, though, people. But these are our problems. These are the things that we should be able to sit down and have discourse over, conversation, and do like they do in Washington in the Senate and stuff. Shit. Sometimes we might all have to jump up, hit the floor, and fight up in there. And then after we get through fighting, sit back down with cooler heads and keep coming up with certain policies and ideas and stuff to better us as a people. But anytime you doing that stuff and people have different opinions and stuff, you have to win them over, or you just might have to whoop their ass. But either way it go, and force them to do what's right for the greater good. Because when you weigh a thing out and it shows itself to be detrimental or good for us, better for us or detrimental to us, shit, right or wrong, you might have to roll with it. Because you don't know what's right and wrong. Your perception might be messed up. But when you weigh a thing out and look at all the options, you know what I'm saying? But these are the problems that we got, people. That we as a people and the different individuals by default elected to be representatives and things for you, to speak for you, and everything else, they full of shit. They're full of shit. And the ones that's not full of shit, they don't have no support. So what they saying, once again, is for a niche market, a small group of people, and everything that want to survive. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Holocaust, the YouTube Holocaust, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the tribulations that, or whatever. And what happened on the internet, as it shows you in the Matrix, you going into this Matrix on this internet, plugging your ass into it by putting your passwords and shit in and entering into it. Nigga, if you die on the internet, you get caught, you're a YouTube body on the internet, nigga, you might end up being a body in real life. It might actually kill you if you become a YouTube body or internet body. Because if you can't survive in the virtual world and you can't survive mentally in a world that just deal with mental stuff, you can fucking crack on this internet and won't even be right no more. Because if you don't understand what affects the brain, affects the body, you know, people see me age over the years on this thing. Even this picture, you see this picture here, you see black hair on my face. All my shit is turning gray now. But I'm getting in the 40s. I'll be 41 this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting into elderly, older age and stuff. I'm glad to have this because it keep me away from these young whippersnappers with their goddamn pants down, looking at me like I'm one of their peers and want to check me or come at me. And I said, nah, that's an old school nigga. Respect that old school nigga. Listen. And I'm going to be like, that's right. I'm that old school nigga. And as I used to see old school niggas, I'm stabbing and shooting. I'm not trying to wrestle with one of you. Wrestle 20-year-old niggas that got his first, second, third, fourth, fifth win available. And I'm hustling trying to get my second win. Shit. Poking and popping. That's my motto. I'm gonna poke that nigga, pop him. I'm not trying to argue and fight. I am elder status. Elder niggas don't fight. You're not finna hit me or do something to me and fuck around and have me in the hospital and this shit ain't healing. Cause I done cracked the ankle or did some shit or something. Nigga, my shit might not heal right. I ain't got them young bones and stuff no more. You feel me? So consider that fair warning. This old school nigga ain't about fighting. So don't be inviting me to no fight arena and stuff. I done reach elder status where it's poke or pop. You choose. You want to get poked up or do you want to get shot up? Which one? Consider that fair warning. It's a young and old alike. But that's it, people. I just wanted to get something in. Just wanted to get something in, man. And I thought that'd be a good subject because I see people steady trying to fight for some YouTube dollar or some YouTube fame and shit, and you don't even know that you putting yourself in a very, very adverse situation over this internet, trying to get some goddamn YouTube street fame. Like this something worth dying for, something worth killing for and shit. You know, nigga, I was the major YouTuber in my day. I was a major YouTuber. I did this and I did, yeah. You got your ass locked up or killed over YouTube. That's gonna be the tragic story of you. So I don't know, this thing messing up. But yeah, that's it, people. I needed to get it in. I got it in, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm moving on. Keep on moving. Don't stop. No. All right, I'm out. Peace.